Friends, welcome back, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I hope that you will consider subscribing. I will put a bright green video on the screen showing you how to subscribe. Hit the bell so that you're notified of all new uploads. You can't just subscribe, you also have to hit the bell. Give this video a thumbs up. I'm currently uploading at least every other day, but sometimes daily, so subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss out, because I'm like an uploading machine right now. I have two other channels that I always link down below. I have a vlog channel, which will feature lots of new mommy content. If you're new around here, I am currently 7 months pregnant, and like first time parenting stuff and travel vlogs. And then I also have a beauty channel. I always tell you guys, hence the reason when I film these videos, I'm usually dolled up, 20 pounds of weave, 10 pounds of makeup. Because when I sit down to film a video, I'm usually filming like 5 to 6 videos. This video is a very serious one. I actually have notes because I do not want to miss out on anything. I always tell you guys in videos, I don't really like doing like video outlines. Like I have some YouTuber friends that will literally make outlines for videos. I don't like to do that because I just want to feel like I'm having a conversation with a friend, because you guys are my friends. But when the video is just jam-packed with so much good stuff and I don't want to forget anything, I make notes. I was invited to go and take a look behind the scenes at a Goodwill like mega store. So this specific location, I'm in Los Angeles, by the way. So I'm gonna reference certain things and I'll probably say this is specific to LA. I mean, but a lot of Goodwills do similar things around the country, but this specific location is huge, you guys. It's one of the biggest Goodwills I've ever been to, maybe other than the thrift store I went to in Minneapolis. Now that thrift store was like a department store. I did do a come thrift with me there. I'll link it down below, but this one is a donation center. It is a Goodwill Outlet. So if you don't know what a Goodwill Outlet is, it is basically where they put everything in a bin and you pay per pound. So it's an outlet. Here in Los Angeles, we pay $2.29 a pound. I know different prices around the country. Like when I was in Colorado, oh man, those Colorado prices were great. I think their Goodwill Outlet was like $1.29, $1.21 a pound. And then like the more pounds I bought, the less I paid. So like if you go over 50 pounds or 100 pounds, I think it went down to something like 89 cents a pound. It was wild. So different parts of the country charge different things. But here in LA, you could get 2 pounds, you could get 200 pounds. It's $2.29 a pound. And then this location also has a Goodwill store attached to it. So there's a donation center, a Goodwill Outlet, a Goodwill store, and they have some like non-profits that they rent out to. It's huge, you guys. Like it's honestly the size of like a, I don't even want to say a small factory. It's the size of like a factory. So I have lots of footage from behind the scenes of the production area. I have information on what happens with clothing that doesn't get sold at the Goodwill Outlet. Do they send it to landfills? Are they just throwing it away? Like what's happening with that? I mean, it's just fascinating. So grab a snack, grab a cocktail. You're very lucky if you can have a cocktail. I haven't had one in 7 months. A cup of tea, coffee, we're gonna get into it. I have footage that I'll be inserting. And yeah, this was fascinating for me as a reseller. If you're new here, I've been a reseller for 10 years, a decade, friends. And I didn't know like most of this stuff I'm about to tell you. I just never knew what went on behind the scenes because I had never seen it. And honestly, up until a couple years ago, I had never been to a Goodwill Outlet. I was only going to thrift stores and doing retail arbitrage. So this was like such an awesome experience. I'm so grateful to Goodwill for inviting me to come out. This isn't sponsored, by the way. They didn't pay me any money, but they just said, hey, do you want to come out and see what we do and like see behind the scenes? And I was like, hell yeah. All right. So I'm gonna walk you through the stages that clothing and items go through. First of all, when I met with the Goodwill person, they informed me that I didn't know this. So when I check out here in LA, they always say, do you wanna make a $1 donation to our veterans program or to our unemployed program? I think it's veterans program. So every time you shop at Goodwill, a portion of the proceeds actually goes to their special programs that help. I want to make sure I cover everything. They said people that are veterans, the unemployed, disabled, and I believe like single moms, things like that, that a lot of the proceeds from the money that they make goes into those special programs because they're a non-profit organization, which I thought was really interesting. I didn't know that. Did you guys know that? I mean, I knew when they said, would you like to make a donation, that was specifically going to that. But even just if you say, no, you don't want to make a donation, and let's say you buy $100 worth of things, some of that money actually goes to help those special programs. And what was really cool about this location, if I got footage of it, I'll put it in, but they had a couple nonprofits that they have like good synergy with in their building. Like there was one that was really good, that stuck out to me because of the Rona. They actually provide meals to children that can't get school meals right now because they're not in school. Well, here in LA, they're not in school right now. They're just doing online. And so they go out and they provide meals to them. I think they even provide like internet service to them and laptops. So anyways, I just thought that that was the first thing that was interesting to learn because I didn't know that. So when you go in, they have a donation center, and here in LA, they're taking donations very serious because of the Rona. So back in the day, you could bring like 10, 20 bags of things and donate it. Right now, each location is different. So if you're doing donations, you might want to check. Like I just did donations last week, and he was like, you can do 1 bag of hard goods and 1 bag of clothing, and that's all we can take per person. Because in the beginning, when this all started, they were quarantining things for 72 hours, I believe she said, before the employees would even get involved and touch it. Like you would just come donate it. Like when I donated yesterday, I had to just put it in a cart, and then I saw him like roll the cart. And then apparently nobody processes that stuff for 72 hours, or that's how it was here in LA when all this first started. I think they've now reduced it to 48 hours. So I thought that was a tip to share for anybody in the US, that if you go and donate things, they might have limitations on what you can donate, simply for the reason that they might have to quarantine the stuff and then they get backlogged. So you donate items, and then here in Los Angeles, the way it works is things get donated. I have my notes here so I tell you properly. They go to regional stores, and then if they don't sell in the regional stores, they go to the outlet stores, and I'll show you behind the scenes of all of this stuff. Like, it's really cool. The most fascinating part I found was the production area, and that's the area where if it goes to the outlet store and it doesn't sell in the outlet, they showed me what they do with that clothing, and you guys, that was just so wild. We'll get to that. Now, so things get donated, they go out to the regional stores, and then they're priced accordingly, they're sold. Here in Los Angeles, I'm lucky enough that we have Dollar Day, so that is usually like that's usually like the item's last chance before it goes to the outlet. So that's something that's probably been in the store for a while, and that's the way that I was told. I hope I'm explaining all this properly, that they filter through the things, is that it gets to the store, let's say it's priced at 10 bucks, maybe it's there for 3 or 4 weeks. If it's not selling, they need to move through inventory because, like I said, they're constantly getting new inventory donated. So then, like, let's say week 4, it's like, all right, we're gonna put it down to $1. If it doesn't sell on Dollar Day, it's sent to the outlet. Now, some places do things differently. Like, for example, when I was in Colorado, I talked to the manager, I think I was in Colorado Springs, and he told me that, I think he was kind of hitting on me, so I got a lot of like info from him. He was just real, or maybe he's just a really nice guy, but usually when they ask you for your phone number and what hotel you're staying at, you get the hint. But he was like telling me all this stuff. He was like, yeah, in LA it's different, but in Colorado, he was telling me they get, so if someone donates something, instead of it going to a regional store first, sometimes it all will just go to the outlet, which is why I feel like a lot of my friends in Colorado find like really good stuff, because I think he was telling me something like 40% is like direct things that go directly to the outlet, which is awesome because it's so much more affordable at the outlet. But here in LA, most of the stuff, not all of it, our outlets here in LA do get some direct donations that go directly to the outlet, but most of it is donated, gets pushed out to regional stores, that gets filtered through, and if it doesn't sell there, then goes to the outlet. Now, behind the scenes of the outlet store is really awesome. They have, and I'll probably pause and just show you, maybe with like some music or something, what they do, but the machinery, they have it in these big carts that are stacked almost to the ceiling, that then dumps it into the big bins, and then the bins are rolled out and filtered as if you've been to the Goodwill Outlet. I didn't want to film, we did walk through the outlet, but I didn't want to film in there because there were a lot of people in there and I didn't really want to get people on camera that didn't want to be on camera. And I was the only person with a camera. Like I had my big, like the camera I'm filming with right now with you guys on. And so it was very obvious and people were looking at me. Thank God no one noticed me because I went in there like all dolled up. Usually when I go in to shop at the Goodwill Outlets, you guys, I look crazy. Like I have on like workout clothing, I have on a hat. You just would not notice me at all. I have on my mask, I have on glasses. So what's funny though is the manager still noticed me because I'm there all the time. He's like, I know you. But so yeah, the behind the scenes of the outlet was just the way that they have it set up and the way that they work so smoothly. It's really fascinating. The most interesting part, friends, was what they call the production area. So I'll probably pause and put that in the video, like just showing you the massive amounts of items that just don't sell, that people don't take. It's already been to the store, it's been to the outlet, and now it goes to the production area. So as you can see in the production area, everything is put into what's called a baler. It's a huge, very loud machine, and they put it into these what they call big pails, and they sail. I always go into like a country accent when I say sell. They sell these pails to commodity brokers. And what was like the most interesting thing to me was that I always thought, because other resellers used to tell me that if something didn't sell in the Goodwill Outlet, that Goodwill was sending it to landfills. And I was like, that's really messed up. But then I had other resellers and people tell me, no, that's not true. But I just never knew. I was like, okay, so if they're not sending it to landfills, what do they do with it? What they do is they put them in those big pails that I showed you in the footage, and they actually sell it to commodities brokers that use it. They take it to, so they tried to sell, from what Goodwill told me, domestically in the US, and those people will either donate it to the needy, or what they do is they actually like repurpose the clothing. So let's say there's like one shoe that they have, they'll repurpose it and make it into a different piece of clothing. Or they'll take a dress that may be damaged and repurpose it into a shirt or something and then sell it. It's very fascinating. So they start here domestically, and then they will also sell to commodity brokers internationally. And they just pay by the pail. That I did not know that. The best information I heard though was that they saved over 100 million pounds of clothing and items from being sent to the landfill last year. Like, how awesome is that? And I think that more people need to know that. I think they should publicize that more. Maybe they do and I've just been under a rock, but I just thought that that was amazing because I honestly didn't know. I always thought that, okay, I knew that the outlet was like the last stop for an item. Like if it didn't sell at the outlet, let's say it's cycled through bins and bins for days and no one's bought it, I was like, what happens to this stuff? I was hoping it wasn't going to the landfill. And they're really trying to be environmentally conscious and reduce their carbon footprint. And so that's what they do. And how awesome is that, you guys? And how awesome is that I get to share this with you. I kept thanking the Goodwill marketing team for allowing me just to even see that. Again, I wasn't paid. This wasn't sponsored. It's just as someone who's been in this business for a decade, to finally see the behind the scenes of where this stuff comes from. Well, from after it's been donated. I don't know whose house it comes from, but then like what happens to it and to follow the process was just amazing. And you guys, their inventory system is awesome. So I didn't even know this, but did you guys know that Goodwill has an Amazon bookstore? So I love reading books. I actually prefer reading like actual physical books to electronic books, although I understand the convenience. I have a Kindle, I do use it. I just love the touch and the feel of a book, and to see their shelves and shelves of books and how they inventory everything and how organized it is. It's a very huge, well-oiled machine. But I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're looking for books and maybe you don't want to sift through books at your Goodwill store or the thrift store, you can go to their Amazon store and they have amazing prices. I actually checked it out before this video because I didn't know before they invited me that you could buy their books on Amazon. So they showed me the rows and rows of books and inventory that they sell on Amazon. They used to here in LA sell books at the Goodwill Outlet, and they would just push them out in bins. But you guys, those people that buy books from the Goodwill Outlets were insane. Oh my gosh, my belly. I tried to squeeze into this size small dress, and nothing about me is a size small right now. But what's funny about pregnancy is that when your belly stretches, it gets kind of itchy. So I'm trying not to scratch because that can cause like scarring and stretch marks, but it's like really itchy. TMI, maybe, but I do pregnancy updates on the beauty channel if you're interested. So yeah, I just thought that was fascinating. The whole day was just fascinating. It was like being a kid in a candy shop. I was trying to think like who would be interested in a video like this. I think resellers like myself would be interested, but I think anyone that's just a customer at a thrift store or a Goodwill would just find it fascinating, the whole process and just like the lifespan of an item. I don't know. Maybe it's a reseller thing, or maybe I'm just a nerd, but I just thought this was so fascinating, and I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. All right, that is the 411 on the Goodwill Outlet. How fascinating was that, friends? Yeah. I think I might post some more footage on my Instagram. I have so much footage from just behind the scenes. I just thought it was fascinating. Hopefully you found this enjoyable. I just thought we would take a break from the ThredUp train, friends. You guys, I've been uploading, I'm not kidding, I think I uploaded like 15 ThredUp videos in a row. And I told you guys, I don't necessarily want this channel to be like a ThredUp channel because I'm not just a ThredUp reseller. I resell on Amazon, on eBay, on Poshmark. So yeah, I just wanted a little ThredUp break, but don't worry, ThredUp videos will be back. I'm about to film one right now, but yeah, I just thought this was fascinating to share with you guys. Let me know your thoughts. You can check out my most recent video right here, and there'll be another reminder to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.